Welcome back everyone, Dirch here, and today I am going to be taking a look at the Westergun. The Westergun is a gun you actually find in this map from Private Beans after you do Ava's diary mission, side quest. After you first come to this map and finish it, you can grab it from her and come back and get it. I've actually had quite a few drop during these videos, and since Maliwan just got a buff, I thought I would review these guns. Now, I do have two of them here. I have one in a regular Stark single bullet version, then I have a binary. So, corrosive I'm not too worried about. I'm going to put this one in cryo, and this one in radiation. So, let's go clear the first area, and see how all this does. Also, the radiation one has an anointment, which is cool. But it's one of my least favorite anointments. So you can see there, definitely has splash damage. Has a decent radius. Very, very cool. And I figured out, someone in my comments let me know, if you just wait till the melee pops up there, then these break. But if you try to hit them before the melee pops up, it doesn't always. So damage on the thing isn't the strongest because you can see those barrels are not blowing up. But there's no charge time, and that is cool. So far, this thing is killing enemies pretty quick. Where is this guy? Oh, I do not want to use cryo on a frostbite. But since he's got radiation, the birds will wreck him. And will the dot finish him? It will. Alright, so these guys are hiding. And he will die. So far, pretty effective. Not like game-breaking effective, but a pretty solid gun. I think the buffs definitely help. I did play around with this gun. Oh, that radiation explosion is sweet. I haven't been using a lot of radiation because, you know, Jacob's is just so good that there hasn't been a huge need for it. But that dot is the weird thing. The dot isn't what the dot says it is on the card. Let's see if that's big enough to hit that guy. But it is kind of reliable where I can just stop shooting him and let the dot do its thing. So that went pretty well. I downed that one time being a little sloppy, but not too much ammo consumed. Let's take a peek at the gun itself. Now, like I said, I have two versions here. I have a Stark and a binary. Pretty nice looking guns here. Fairly simple Maliwan design. Doesn't look too crazy. But as you go through here, just more detail than we saw in Borderlands 2. I like it. And just look at the texture on that grip and everything, and the shine, the hex pattern. I love it. Anyways, big fan of what the guns look like in this game. Let's go over to the parts. We have got the elemental damage here, which is cool. Projectile speed probably helps quite a bit. Charge duration, I don't think that matters on this gun because there is no charge, which I like. Splash damage radius, this is important. Elemental damage, very nice. Damage. It looks like I got pretty good parts on this, minus the pointless charge accessory. Accuracy, bloom, fire rate, elemental damage, weapon sway, radiation, corrosion. So that looks like a nice version. Let's look at our binary and then we'll kind of compare them. So this one, elemental damage, projectile speed. So that's the same parts there. Splash damage, radius. It makes me wonder when I see so many of these, like, are some of these locked or not? I don't think all the parts are locked, but I think some of them might be. It's the same barrel. Damage. So that's definitely different, and they look different on the guns. Charge duration, again, does not help this thing. This is a bad grip for this gun. This is a cool accessory, though. So projectiles per shot +1, magazine +1, but then it also makes it take 2 ammo per shot. So this version is going to be more ammo heavy. Elemental damage, very good. So it's not completely locked, obviously, because I have 2 versions, but I wonder if some parts are. So when you compare these, the single bullet is more damage per shot. The other one is more overall damage. That makes sense. But it's not quite double the damage. That's why I usually don't like binary prefixes on pistols, SMGs, anything. The trade-off isn't usually that great. Now when you go to a masher, it is, but accuracy, handling is the same. Fire rate is the same. I mean, accuracy is not the same, but handling, reload are. I don't know if that's going to be too big of a deal. The fire rate's a little better on the single, but not by a ton. And the mag size on the binary is actually lower. I know it says it has another 2, but when it's 2 ammo per shot, you actually only get 13 to 24. So I believe the radiation one is actually the superior, the single shot one here, because you have 11 more shots per magazine. And I have the anointment, where accuracy and handling gets better after an end. And I think radiation's a better element to have on there. Now, the other things with this gun to talk about is, well, the fact that we don't have to worry about charging is huge, because that's my pet peeve with Maliwan, but plus 75% splash damage radius. So you can see that radius is fairly big when I shoot that, which you have to have enemies fairly well grouped up for that. But it does mean that damage on this, which 500 when you look compared to, well, it's a lot higher than that. But compared to like a Becca is quite a bit lower. To snipers it's lower. Definitely a lot lower than shotguns. It's quite a bit higher than that. But with the splash damage, you're getting the 2 hits. You're getting the bullet and the splash. And if you kind of miss the enemy, the splash can still hit them. And if enemies are grouped up or behind a wall, you can kind of get to them. So the splash damage really increases this thing's DPS. And then lastly, this thing is actually kind of Hellfire-ish. Look at these dot damages popping up. So 1265, 961. So I think that elemental damage is actually dot damage accessories. This one had more. So 1265, let's look at some of these other guns. Well, that is 1295 there. But on a sniper, maybe it should be heavier. I don't know. I don't have a lot of guns here, but that's only in cryo. 584 on the shocking AA. Where are my other? 439 here on the Rebel Yell. 672 on the Hellwalker. That one's pretty high on the Hive, but that could be a special thing. So I don't have a ton of elemental guns with me. Maybe as some drop, I will compare them. But that seems like some higher dot damage than a lot of guns. So with the splash, the dot, and all that, this thing seems pretty solid. And with the increased damage and fire rate from the buff, it's 20 and 25. I forget which one is which at the moment. But that's a good DPS increase for this thing. Now, I don't think this thing is going to be meta-defining or game-breaking in any way, but it's a gun that drops pretty frequently and pretty easily. So with all that, I think it's a pretty solid gun. Can I mantle or not? Alright, I hate this guy up here, so I'm just going to take care of him. And, whoa. God, I love this, the radiation. And let's see what the birds do after irradiated. Pretty nice. Chuck some of these out there. And, I mean, this thing is just getting work done, though. I mean... But here's a case where it's just going to be like a chain explosion of radiation. I'm being a lot more aggressive than usual with this thing. Oh, went down finally. But I think I'm going to get up just from his radiation dot. Oh, got self dot. That's not good. Gonna have to work on that. Oh, I tried to... Let's see. And I am in fire. Man, I gotta take care of that heavy. He is laving this floor like crazy. God, that dot is doing work. Like, serious work. This gun's a little better than I thought. Now, I mean, like I said, the boost definitely helps that. Oh, no wonder. He's a badass. That's why he's taking more hits. So let's get radiation back on him and then just bird him. Right, who's hiding back here? So you die. And then you die. So this thing's definitely going to have some real potential with Amara. The splash damage and everything, it should, that's kind of cool. If that wasn't green, that'd be a pretty cool drop. That's a really nice anointment to have. But it is. But I'm not using a whole lot of ammo with this thing. The dots are doing a lot of work. This is almost feeling like a Hellfire. Radioactive Hellfire. The splash damage is pretty big. The dot's pretty solid. It's an SMG. There's no more charge on this. Or not no more, but there never was a charge on this.
Let them hear your rage.
I should finish that guy off. But I'm kind of playing around with what I can do here. I forgot the racks are fire, so he doesn't care about them. But my, what's nice too is those dots. You see my pet just constantly healing from those dots. So it's keeping him alive too. And you know, you get some AoE out here and just kind of, oh, I'm gonna have to deal with this guy. You know, I just toss out my Stormfront, get some AoE, just dot everyone with radiation, and they all just die. And it also increases my pet's output because these guys are irradiated. See how well that does. They probably got some kind of resistance because they're not taking the damage the dot says. But of course, the first dot ticks are the higher ones, and they tick down. So that does make sense. God, I love that chain reaction. Just boom, boom. Man, with singularities and stuff, very cool. This is a playstyle I haven't really been doing in this game so far, so I'm having a lot of fun with it. And again, the ammo is just no problem here. Not that ammo is a big problem in this game. They definitely throw more ammo at you in this game than previous. But it's still nice just because you don't have to worry about it. Alright, so these guys, I'm just going to try the binary. Just because I haven't really been doing that. But man, this is I mean, they're just ratchets, but you know, it is getting the job done. And Zane doesn't mind the small magazine as much because I can put bullets back into it on crits, and with the splash you can get extra crits. So it's not as big of a drawback for Zane. And I can get crit forgiveness. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Racks, do your thing. Yeah, so both versions of these guns are highly effective. And it's kind of fun just to... Wait, so I'm going to cryo him and then irradiate him. I should probably do it the other way.
Don't hold back.
I was hoping to actually freeze him, see if I could. And down he goes. And my typical just burn them. Because they are annoying. And didn't get anything cool from him, so let's move on and see if we can get this gun from its source. My new male is probably Maliwan. And I got some Guardian tokens, very cool. I am going to be doing a video talking about what I think about the Guardian system. I have some torn feelings on that. I'm trying to kind of process them before I talk about it too much. Alright, so let's just try cryoing him first. There we go. Good barrel throw jabber. And we did get one. Let's see if it's a cool one. Oh, wow. Vivid. Alright, so much lower damage, but a better fire rate. Trippy hippie. I already have that. Alright, so let's check this baby out. Shock and corrosive. Alright, I got some new elements. Looks like a different grip, which is probably the difference. So let's just look at these parts quick. Alright, so I have different body accessories. I don't have the damage. Projectile speed, accuracy. Barrel, elemental damage. Reload time. 44 round magazine. That is cool. Grip, fire rate, stock, charge duration, fire rate. Corrosive and shock. Okay, so, man, that's a big difference on this thing. That is cool. I'm going to give that one a whirl and run it in shock. It's weird that they're all also partially corrosive. I don't know if that's just RNG or they're always one corrosive. It's probably just RNG, but it's weird. All right, so let's just take a look at this gun and kind of fire it and admire it. So that's one reload version. This one reloads the same. All right, I think I'm ready to move on here. This one's going to burn through more ammo. But what's cool fighting this, I can use this on the final boss to take down his shield and then switch to either the cryo or radiation to finish him off. Which works for me. This should burn through his shield pretty good, but because I am using a more ammo-heavy one, I'm going to stop at a few of these boxes before I move on. And just make sure I'm alright. And should I quick spend my Guardian token? Is that going to drive you guys nuts? It might. Alright, so let's look. One token. Where am I going? I'm kind of moving towards the center tree now. I'm actually less interested in the Enforcer tree than the other ones. Weirdly enough. I kind of want this perk next. I'm less worried. This is just like straight kind of like damage one. It's just less interesting to me, where I like the hunter buffs better. I don't know. I'll talk about, like I said, I'll talk about that in a separate video. So let's see how the shock one performs. On a few enemies here, I might switch back to the other two and just save this one for the boss. Because he does have a big shield, and it should tear down the shield pretty good. Alright. Alright, we're at So, a little less effective, but not bad. I mean, it is just straight shock, where the other ones have, I think, more effective elements. And where are you hiding? Oh, I do have a badass over there. Okay. I want to get rid of this barrel. Get some preventative, see if I can freeze him. Nope. I do like all the elements I'm running this. That radiation one is really good. It's just tearing through people. Right, I'm going to go around this way because the other guys spawn right on top of me there. So I'm going to give myself some space. Alright, before I let those guys spawn, I forgot to check the elements, the damage on this one. So 815. So it's lower. This one could have just had a lot of elemental damage effects on it. So I think I got a really good part one here. Alright, let's let birds just kill these guys off. That was nice. And he just ran up there with all of his buddies. So let's get some AoE damage and start these dots. So we're going to get some nice explosions. And maybe get some chain kills. Usually a badass pops up here. Oh, he was down there. Alright. Oh, is he in range? Not quite. The slam damage was not there. Alright, so hit them all up. And blow them all up. Not bad. So I'm going to switch back to my cryo or shock here, just to take down this badass's shield, and then I'll irradiate him. Which it did very well. And then just finish him off with birds. I don't know if he took the irradiation, but he died fast. Oh, birds, save me, save me.
Yes, to the bloodletting.
Alright, getting health back. Got a little low there. Yeah, this thing is, there's some major potential here. Like I said, I still don't think it's going to be like a meta-defining gun. It's, I think it's just going to be a good gun. It could be a very good, while you're leveling up, do the private beans thing. Because he seems to drop it pretty much every time I kill him. It's almost a guaranteed drop. And, it does good work. Alright, so I don't have a ton of ammo here. I mean, it is quite a bit. I shouldn't be worried. Alright, let's see. Run up here to avoid his ice wall. Alright, it's burning down his shield pretty good. Oh, did not have a good angle there. There we go. Okay, goodbye shield. And hello radiation. Oh shit. I should have paid better attention there. Where's my radiation one? God damn it. Alright, where do I have a guy I can kill? Or is my pet gonna get me? So that was just me being sloppy. But it did plenty of damage to kill him pretty quickly. Mayhem 3, depending on your modifiers, not so much. Especially with all of his health and stuff. But again, I'm not in a DPS optimized build either. So you optimize your build and you could probably really crank this thing up. Let's go check the chest. And see what we get in there. But overall, I really like this thing. Not in love with it, but I think it's damn solid.
Good find, bees.
Let's see. So 808. So I think that 1200 was just good parts on the dot. I do not think it is increased dot on the gun, which is a shame. Maliwan should. I think their dots need to go a little bit higher, to be honest. That just looks like a cool, cool let-off pistol. I might play around with that. A lot going on there. Let's check the other chest. Maybe just kill those last few enemies. Although I think we've killed plenty. And yeah, let me know what you guys think of this gun. Especially after the buff. These Maliwan buffs were very nice. I just hope they tone the dot up a little bit more. It's another knot. Finding a lot of those right now. What is this? Falcon. Okay. So just dot everyone up and bird them down. That is a nice loop. Oh, that guy was hiding. But somehow got put on fire. Must have been a barrel. He does not like taking a dot. So that was a good example of I was missing him, but I still got him with the splash damage, which makes these things nice and forgiving. So there's a big row of enemies. I'm just going to spray and pray them down and bird away. Man, that works. I may have found a loop for my rack build I'm working on. Just need a good, need to find a cool radiation gun. Also, like, dots don't seem good naturally on Flak, but the fact that they heal his pet is kind of a big deal. Because if you want to do a pet build, getting constant dot out there is a big way to keep your pet alive with the skill Who Rescued Who. So this gives them both health regeneration on both sides. And as long as you just keep getting dots out there, your pet keeps getting healed and he survives a lot better. So, yeah, keep that in mind too with Flak. A lot of people are focused on, like, Jacob's builds and all this stuff, but they're not really, like, focusing on pet survivability, and there's a lot of complaints that the pet's not viable. So I think we're just not looking at doing the pet build in the right way. Not saying the pet might not need to get a little bit better, but, you know, that's for another time. Anyways, on the Westergun, I think this is a very fun gun. It's a very effective gun. I think you can min-max it a hell of a lot better than I've shown here. There's a lot of potential here. But I still wouldn't say it's going to be like a meta-defining, OP, dominant gun. But, you know, a lot of times you don't have to be that gun. There's a lot of variety, and a lot of times people just pick stuff because they have fun with it, not because it's the quintessential best gun in the game. And, you know, you don't need just to run around with the most powerful meta guns. You can run around with whatever, you know, gets the job done. So, anyways, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hit the like, subscribe, dislike, all the comments, and all that stuff. And I will talk to you later. Bye.